Good morning, Morgan family, and how are you all doing today? I'm doing great, and I hope all of you all are doing great too. I'd like to welcome you guys back to the first official BearPod episode of the semester, y'all. I am your host, Cole Hite, and I'm joined on the couch today with my two SMEs, my man Jared.
How y'all doing, man?
And my homegirl, Bree.
Hey, y'all.
So we might as well just get right into it today, y'all. We're going to do a couple of house cleaning announcements, some church announcements, if you will. First and foremost, happening February the 21st, Morgan Black Entrepreneur Day or event. The Marketplace on Monday, February 27th, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. In the UNC Ballroom. Women's basketball game and men's game on February the 25th, both versus Delaware State at Morgan. The women's game will be at 2 p.m. and the men's game will be at 4 p.m. Morgan's basketball game versus Howard, February 20th. And last and not least, the Fashion at Morgan, a.k.a. Slam, is February 28th. Let's get into the Spill Our Honey segment, y'all. Well, I don't know if any of you students have realized throughout the campus, but what was it, like last week, the UNC, the Student Center was closed, I believe, because of a water main burst. I didn't know what really was going on. All I realized was I couldn't get no Chick-fil-A, and that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I didn't really know what was going on. But, Jared, what's up, man? What you know about this situation, my man?
I know that they said the water pipe broke and that it led to flooding over by the tennis courts, all over the construction, over by New Thurgood. Mm-hmm. They had the Student Center closed off. It honestly wasn't closed off, though, because I was inside. My org had a table. Some other orgs had tables. So people were still walking in and out. But Chick-fil-A was closed, the canteen, the restrooms, all that good stuff. So,
sheesh. And I'm thinking, do you know if any dorm rooms got affected by this or anything like that?
I believe Rawlins, Blount. I don't know if Thurgood had water or not, but Rawlins and Blount, both of them, they lost their water for pretty much most of that day until they fixed it.
Okay, and speaking of Blount, Bree, I know you got some people up there that you heard they wasn't having too much of a good time.
Yeah, I had some friends up in Blount who couldn't take a shower that whole day.
Sheesh.
So that was kind of stressful for them. And then I do have a soundbite from someone who went to campus that day who was kind of pissed off about the flooding.
Let's hear.
Okay. So today I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Ogechi. I'm a sophomore, and my major is political science.
And how did the Student Center being flooded affect you?
Well, I decided to go on campus that day without knowing that the Student Center was flooded. So I went to the Student Center. I had tried opening the door, but someone told me it was locked because it was flooded. I planned on getting food because that day I had no food in my apartment and I was really hungry. And I had dining dollars, so I was like, let me just go to Chick-fil-A and get some food. Little do I know, it's closed, and I never knew about it until they sent out an email after the fact I got on campus, which was not a good thing to find out after I wasted my time. So, yeah, that's how
I felt that. Mm-hmm. I felt that so much. Like, them newsletters
coming out after the fact, things have happened. Yes. Really great, especially like going back to the beginning of the semester with the shuttles. Nobody knew the shuttles were messing up until an hour after class had started. So I don't know. School got something to do with this. Yeah,
that's crazy on y'all.
Morgan, we got to do better. It's all right, though. Next subject, though, we going down into our segment break. I'll catch you guys a little bit later. And y'all, we back with our Cave Conversation segment. I'm here on the couch with our EP, Miss Bree, and our another SME, my main man Mike here. And we gonna get into it. Did y'all like the Super Bowl this year? Did y'all win some money? You feel me? Got a little extra coins off any parlays? What's up? What's going on?
I feel like I definitely should have bet a parlay because I already knew what was going to happen, really. I knew it was going to be a high-scoring game. I predicted that Jalen Hurts was going to play good. If I would have bet a parlay, I would have got some money because he got a lot of rushing yards. He got, I think, like 70. He got 304 passing yards. And really, honestly, even though that the Eagles lost, I still feel like, me personally, he was the MVP of the game because he carried his team. A.J. Brown got a deep ball from him. Jalen Hurts got one touchdown. But I knew in the fourth quarter, as soon as Mahomes got the ball, the game was over.
Now, one thing I want to ask you specifically, I know you got some thoughts on this. That last call that they did on Holden, do you think that influenced the game greatly or no?
Everybody talking about that, but really, Jalen Hurts turned the ball over, and that's what – I mean, it's an NFL game, so, like, it's always gonna be bad calls, really.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely do think that call, like, yeah, you could say it might cause the game to, like, for that to happen. But I didn't want the game to end like that. That was a bad result to a good game. But it's a lot of missed calls. There's a lot of missed opportunities in the league. So I can't blame that on just one call.
Bree, what you feeling about
I
this?
watched the game. I bet my parlays, and my money was on the Chiefs, so I got some money. But anyways,
Sound like you gonna make some donations towards the pod? Yeah. With your parlay money, I'm just saying.
anyways,
Smooth ignored that. It's cool though. She don't like it.
yeah, my man's Mahomes. I was feeling for him because he was in pain. I think I hurt a little bit, and you could see it when he was running down the field.
I got something to say about that
I thought he
too,
was going all the
kinda.
way.
I think that one, it was a little bit of a bluff out. I think he was. A high ankle sprain is going to most definitely hurt, but I also think there was some advantage of him playing up the injury a little bit. One, two. Back to that comment about the call, the only reason why I think that call should have just let that slide is because now for years people are going to be trying to downplay this man's trophy. You dig what I'm saying? Try to be like he didn't really earn it or whatever, all because of that play. And it's not going to be no definitive answer, no nothing now. They're going to just keep on trying to take that away from my man's for something that's such a historic event. It's about to be so much turmoil surrounded by it. So I don't know. And also, I wanted to just specifically mention how excited I was to see the bad gal back on stage,
Let's talk about it.
But yeah, no, for real, let's. How did you feel about that?
Well, I ended up betting on that too because I did. Me and my
So
my
like
cousin,
Brianna got a little problem.
we were like, these are the songs that she's gonna perform. Because I'm thinking, okay, it's a Super Bowl, it's gonna be upbeat.
So there was really stuff you could bet on the song she was gonna play for real?
Yeah, the list of songs and who might have came out with her, even though no one came out with her except for the baby stomach. You feel me?
That's crazy.
But yeah, I didn't expect her to do like diamonds and what else did she do?
She did all of the hits. She did.
She didn't know.
She did.
No, she didn't.
She did work though, didn't she? She did work.
Let me put my
She
list out.
did Who Gonna Run This Town. She did Umbrella. She did Diamonds in the Sky. She did pretty much everything that's bound to be on her greatest hits album. She did.
But I was thinking maybe Desperado was gonna be on there.
Yeah, but then also you got to think about. Oh yeah, you also just got to think about like some of the stuff that's not necessarily cleared to be on TV. And me personally, I was waiting for Jay-Z just to be in the background, like, "Hey, yo, Rihanna, where you at?" You dig what I'm saying?
I thought Eminem was gonna come out with her.
Somebody, I needed a
I thought we was
cameo.
gonna get a little Disturbia.
Right, but then she just rubbed the belly, and I was like, "Oh, the special guest is the baby, no album."
And we knew it was a baby bump. She was in that. The dancing was a bit.
The dance was a little bit, but then I realized you in the middle of the air, you pregnant, and she did it for free.
Yeah, it's completely understandable why it was.
I'm doing exactly what she did. She handled it perfectly. I just wanted to see her again, but I just got to come to terms that my bad gal's a family gal now, so.
This is true.
Yeah, so it's like, What did y'all think about the stage set? Them being in the middle of the air, though.
No, it was tough.
It was cool for it.
You didn't think it was like too creative? It was kind of like a little minimal. They ain't put too much into it this year, something like that.
Nah. Yeah, not really. It was cool for
I
her.
think it was the way it was too. Also because she was pregnant. Like,
yeah,
the choreography,
they wasn't trying to get no suits, no
They
nothing. They wasn't trying to have no nothing. But interesting thing though, I learned about the halftime show. Originally, the halftime shows back in the day were boring. It's a Black History Month fact, y'all. So I'm gonna need y'all to listen on this. The first time a real concert halftime show was implemented was after Fox realized that people would tune in to In Living Color during the halftime shows, because back in the day the halftime shows used to be bands and people going on in the middle of the field marching.
That makes sense.
And Living Color realized that, and
oh yeah, this is also the first year the two black
quarterbacks did that. So it's
and
so
also,
much going on.
Oh, this doesn't have to do with Black History Month, but the two brothers that got to play together, I think that's dope. Like,
That
Yeah,
is
Jason Kelsey, Travis Kelsey. I enjoy that.
Kelsey's. But like, anyways, I don't know. The editor's about to have a tough time doing this. Anyways, In Living Color used to do the halftime shows until Fox News realized a lot of their viewership was going down during the halftime shows, and then that's when they implemented their own halftime shows and hired Michael Jackson to do the first ever Super Bowl halftime performance. And that's a little Black History Month. Little facts for y'all. That was, if I'm not mistaken, in the either early 90s or late 80s. And because In Living Color couldn't have been any earlier than that. In other news, there's been a lot of basketball trades happening in the previous weeks. I myself am not a basketball fan. Well, I am. I just watch the highlights and during the finals. But I'm a fair weather watcher. So, but my man's Mike right here got the lowdown on all of that information. Man, how you feeling about this?
This the craziest trade deadline I ever saw in my life. I ain't gonna lie. I woke up one day, I see my favorite player. I see KD's on the Suns. I have to switch to the Suns now. That's my team, but just loyalty straight like that. But
said he going wherever he going.
He said, "I'm a KD fan."
I'm a KD fanatic. I'm a KD fan. Following him since back in college. He from here. He from PG County, so I gotta show him some love. But
big respect.
Other than that, too, the Lakers, they got Jared Vanderbilt, Malik Beasley, D'Angelo Russell. That's still not gonna help him though. Not going to the finals. And I feel like this is a weird coincidence because Ja Morant just had an interview saying he gonna clear the West. Now the West got KD and they got Kyrie Irving. So I feel like things gonna fall to play. I don't know who's gonna win the West.
What do you think about Kyrie Irving being called a franchise killer?
That hurts, but it hurts. But personally, me, I don't have a problem with Kyrie. He's just trying to make the best decisions for him. He want to chase a ring. At the end of the day, people gotta realize you don't owe loyalty to a team. It's just
you definitely don't.
A business. It's a business. If I was a player, I would want to win a ring. People got on KD for that, for the Warriors. Now they're getting on him for the Suns. For the Suns, you got Devin Booker, you got Chris Paul, you got KD, you got two just elite scorers that can't be stopped, and you still got the OG Chris Paul with them too.
And that's the thing. What do you think about these super teams, man? Because it's either they work or they don't. And a lot of times they ain't been working because the Lakers, they said they was going to be, but they did a whole lot of nothing. And I don't even be watching basketball like that. And I know.
I mean, I feel that. I do respect that. The Lakers, they just have a whole bunch of old people now. They trying to build back up. They trying to get a little bit young energy in there, but they still not going nowhere. The West is too strong. The West is getting younger. The NBA is really getting younger. Like I remember my childhood. I grew up watching LeBron. I grew up watching KD. I grew up watching Chris Paul. Now they pushing out of the league, and now we got new faces like Ja Morant, Devin Booker, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jason Tatum, and more. So
yeah, no, for real, Bree.
Can I just give my little 2 cents? Miami Heat is going all the way. I just want y'all to know that's my team.
What do you think about that statement? Is that a valid statement?
Players.
Nah, Miami can't shoot. They don't got no shooters on their squad.
She's saying your team ain't got nothing.
Just like you with KD, I've been with Miami Heat since Dwayne Wade.
Oh, so
I can respect that. I can respect that.
Okay. What you gonna feel like when he retire though?
I don't like all that. That side commentary.
He old.
You know what? I didn't say I was following Dwayne Wade.
I mean, you said you've been a fan since Dwayne Wade.
The Heat.
Okay.
The Heat.
Okay.
Exactly. He is retired. That's why I'm confused too.
Isn't he retired? I told you I don't know much about basketball.
I was confused. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was like, does he know something I don't know?
All right, we going to
Am I the one that's
you knew
wrong?
something that I didn't know.
Okay. Like Chris Bosh doesn't play anymore either.
Nobody knows. I don't know this. This is why I got y'all here with me.
But
I'm ignorant, y'all.
No, you're not ignorant.
I like to add on to your question too. About the super teams. I feel like you don't need a super team to win. Really, honestly, you just need like coordination and just like good ball play and all that. Because if you think about it, like the Spurs back in the day with Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, and all them, they didn't have no superstars on their team, and they were still winning. So Giannis did that in the finals against the Suns. 2 years ago, he did. The Giannis didn't have a super team.
At the same time, there's nothing wrong with a super team. You just gotta know how to use it.
I'm about to say, I'm going to let y'all go ahead and hash that out because y'all seen me.
Honestly, though, like, I say that without super teams in the league, like it was bound to happen. Like, like you could wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, LeBron's on the Thunder or something crazy like that.
That would be wild.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't even. I think wherever there's a buck to be made in the teams, bro, they're gonna try to chase that money no matter where it's at. But in other news, y'all, we're going to take a shift off of sports and go into a more serious matter to report that in the month of Black History Month, we're still dealing with fascists and people that just do not understand us and the culture because I don't know if you guys heard, recently there was an attack on Baltimore City, or rather a planned attack that failed. They were members of a neo-Nazi group that planned out an attack on 5 power stations in Baltimore City, planning on shutting them down so the city can be in darkness where they could then wreak havoc to the people in the area. Fortunately, though, they were stopped by the FBI and they were captured and arrested, and they're just trying to figure out their methods, why were they trying to do that, and their whole entire real motif behind it and stuff like that. First, I want to ask, did any of you guys hear about this recently?
I did not hear about it.
I personally didn't hear about this either, but that's it's an unfortunate news.
Exactly, man.
That I don't like to hear.
Bree, your thoughts? No thoughts, anything? What you think? Black History Month, they still pulling this sort of hijinks and shenanigans?
It doesn't surprise me. And it is unfortunate, but there's always something that we have to, like, deal with.
Yeah.
In addition to, okay, we have a month that's supposed to be for us, which shouldn't be the case, but...
I don't know. I just feel as though,
There's
one,
always something.
us having a month paints a target on us. You dig what I'm saying? Is a lot of
Highlights
greatness.
the target.
Yeah, it does. It highlights the target. It emphasizes what we are seen as, you feel me, by society, but then also it's a chance for us to really show people. But the fact that people are still taking like times like this to like show like their hatred, it's a little surprising and appalling sometimes, but it does remind you still the tone of the world and stuff like that. There are a lot of people that aren't going to care to understand where you come from or care to understand how you are, so you just got to deal with it accordingly, and it's unfortunate. Morgan family, I know that was a pretty heavy topic, but we like to just end it with a little bit of Black excellence on top of that, just to smooth out everything. So in other related news, this Black excellence has been fantastic, and it has been doing exactly what it's been needing to do. Speaking of, this is the award season, and a lot of our... Speaking of, it's been award season, and we got a lot of our people shining and looking fantastic and putting on for the culture wonderfully. Case in point, my girl Viola Davis, she's now, the 18th person to win an Emmy, Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony.
God.
For real. And then also you got my girl Beyonce on her 32nd Grammy and stuff like that. She don't even look surprised no more. When they presented it to her, she was sitting down. They brought it to her. All of that. Jay-Z was sipping that good cognac. They was just regular. Speaking of other things, man, LeBron is now the top leading scorer in NBA history. How do people feel about that? My man Kareem Abdul-Jabbar handed him over the record and just bowed him down and handed him that record. And that recognition of Black excellence, man, it's a little heartwarming, man. Mike, how you feeling about that?
I feel great about that. Like, I feel like they didn't have to stop the game for 25 minutes, even though there's 10 seconds left in the third quarter.
For real.
But, I celebrated because I really look up to LeBron. I got a Miami Heat jersey. He my second favorite player. But,
Oh, you do?
Yeah. But it feels special because, LeBron's definitely a part of he's definitely a part of Black history. I've been watching him since I've been growing up. You haven't seen him in the news for nothing bad. You haven't seen him cheat on his wife, doing in jail, doing something like that.
No scandals.
So like you can't really talk bad about him. He gives back to his community. He built the school, his team, his like financial representatives and all that is like it's his friends from when he was growing up. So if you look up to LeBron's a really good person to look up to for Black History Month. Takes care of his kids. Both of them probably gonna go to the league. So
I thought only one son played basketball. Both of them played basketball?
Oh, no, both of them play basketball. Bronny and Bryce, they play basketball.
Damn. I ain't lying, bro. That'd be the day I'll really start paying attention to basketball when all they kids start coming in. When Bronny go in the league with LeBron. I ain't even gonna lie. That's gonna be a good time for basketball, y'all. And with that being said, everybody, this leads us to the conclusion of BearPod. I'd like to thank my host, Bree and Mike. Would you like to give them y'all handles right quick? Shout yourselves out.
Go ahead, Mike. Go.
Follow me on Instagram, Lil_Michael with 3 L's.
You can follow me on Instagram too at b.bre33.
All right, y'all. I'm still living underneath a rock, but by the end of this semester, I will have a handle for y'all with way more things to offer. But until then, y'all just gonna see my face right here. Until next time, y'all. We signing out.